Greetings, YouTube. Yesterday was one of those days that, well, to be blunt, I didn't log into the game much. I was giving my last final at Oklahoma State, and I also just wanted to take a break and celebrate Mother's Day early with the woman that I had stayed with from my church for 2 months while my pipes got fixed. And so, because of that, I saw there were a bunch of new notifications under the objectives tab of the game. I didn't look at them, didn't think about them, didn't do anything with them. And then, of course, when the live stream hit, all of a sudden people were saying, "You're doing the arena again. What about Carina's challenges, you scared weakling?" And I'm like, scared weakling, probably right about that. But what are these Carina's challenges? And so I pulled them up and I've discussed them, especially with my man Triumphant, knowing that he has already attacked these. Now, the only one that has, as far as I can tell, because you scroll to the right and you don't see it, a timer is the quick and dirty complete all 9 of the Volume 1 objectives within the time limit, and you get this profile pic. So, I don't know if these are only here for the next 31 days. I'm sure it says it specifically in the notes, and I just haven't read that part. But I'm just going to assume, for the sake of argument, that they're at least going to be here for the next month, right? I think that's a safe assumption because it said within the time limit, and the time limit implies that once the time is done, the limit is gone. So, obviously, the most exciting thing for in-game players about these is that you have, for only the second time, Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst Fragments and Tier 6 Basics, and those have only appeared once in the game, and that was during Spring Cleaning Weekend for some of the biggest whales of purchases. But in general, these objectives are all over the place. Now, this video is going to mean nothing for those rich whale endgamers that are bored and they have infinite amount of resources and they can use thousands of dollars worth of revives if that's what it takes. Though a lot of these people have such great skills that they would never have that happen. But if you're like me and you're a throne breaker, but you also don't spend a ton of money on the game because you also don't have a YouTube channel when you do spend it. You got to ask yourself, what are the objectives that are worth it, and how much are these really valued if I was to buy the items by themselves? Well, we know that the Tier 6 and Tier 3, Tier 6 Basics and the Tier 3 Alphas are the rarest of items here. Now, keep in mind, this one also has a Tier 5 Class Catalyst Selector, a fully formed, and, oh, by the way, 50 class-based signature stones. I look at that and think, Kabam is looking at that as a $1,000 plus, maybe closer to $2,000 plus expense. And so they are hoping that summoners spend at least a couple grand on revives and potions. And to the average summoner that's a whale in-gamer that already spends a couple grand on just Cavalier crystals, that's not a big ask. But for the average summoner who's not a whale, that is a huge ask. So let's start with after the completion one. Dance Off. Complete the Labyrinth of Legends with only a 4-star Star-Lord in your team roster. So 4-star Star-Lord, that's it. How long would it take you? How much time? Multiple hours. I would definitely say at least a couple thousand units for the average summoner. Well, you're going to get 9,000 Tier 3 Alpha Catalyst Fragments, a fully formed Tier 5 Basic, which to me is not really worth it at all, and 750,000 gold. I think that one, again, if you're going for completion, it doesn't matter. You're going to do all 9 of them to get those completion rewards. But if you're not, I think this one's not worth it at all. Not worth it at all. 9,000, this is basically what you're doing it for, Tier 3 Alpha, because you can get the Tier 5 Basic so easily from like even the Glory Store. So I'm going to say that one is probably only worth, if you can do it within, I want to say $300 worth of units, that's worth it. But if you're going to spend $300 worth of units, there are better ways to spend those for value. Let's look at Canada. Complete the Labyrinth of Legends with only 4-star champions tagged Canadian in your team roster. So maybe Guardian is going to be at the top of that list. You get a 6-star Nexus, which is only valued at like $30. You get 4 Tier 2 Alpha, which I think those are still valued about $5 a piece. So we're up to $50. and then a million gold. Now, I will say a 6-star Nexus is $30 on special days like July 4th, though that's coming up pretty soon. But on a normal day, we'll just say it's $100. Let's just say it's $100. Well, that's $120. So if you can't complete that in less than $120 worth of units or purchases to get revives, you are not breaking even on that. Now, in human stamina, complete the Labyrinth of Legends with only 4-star champions tagged in human in your roster. Now, this is a step up. This has got tier 6 basic catalyst fragments. Again, the fully formed tier 5, which I don't think is really worth that much now. And I think this kind of reminds me of the first one. If you can't complete this within $300 to $400, you are really not getting your money's worth. So those two with Labyrinth of Legends, I think, probably a hard pass for most people. Now, complete Act 6, Chapter 1, Quest 5 with only 5-star Beast, Cyclops, Gambit, Jubilee, Nightcrawler, Rogue, Wolverine. If you have a 565 5-star Wolverine, this is going to be by far the best one yet. You get some tier 5 basic, but you also get 20% of a tier 5, and you get a 4-star Star-Lord. That's no big deal. But that Volume 1, 92 to 95, I think you might be able to complete it in like less than $50 worth of revives for the average summoner. And so that's going to be really the best value for your time so far. And then you've got Super Punch-Out. Only 5 or 6-star Satan herself, Kamala Khan, on your team roster. This is, again, 20% class catalyst and a $5. That's $100 worth of tier 5 class catalyst selectors. I don't think that is nearly as easy, though, if you've got the right champions, as the Volume 1, 92 to 97. So I wouldn't go for it as much because I think it'd be tough to complete that in what they're asking. Now, Volume 1, Astral Anger, complete Act 6, Chapter 2, Quest 5 with only 5-star Cosmic Champions. I think that is a very fair ask. Might be the easiest ask depending on your roster as an in-gamer. You get the 20% tier 5 again. You get Satan herself as a 5-star, LOL. I think a lot of in-gamers can complete that in under $100. Now, Mike's Revenge, complete Act 5, Chapter 2, Quest 6 with both 3-star or below Cyclops with his lover. You get the rank 1 to rank 2 generic 6-star rank up gem and 7,500 6-star shards. I've seen some people do this really well and pretty easily. It is a 3-star or below Cyclops. I wouldn't say that's as easy as the Astral Anger. Now, the Mystic Dispersed, complete Act 5, Chapter 3, Quest 1 with only non-Mystic 3-star champions in your team roster. This one, for, I think, the most in-gamers, is going to be the easiest. You get a featured 6-star or 1.5 6-star basics worth. So this one, I think people can do it within like 10 or $15 worth of revives. And then Asgardian Cheddar, complete Act 5, Chapter 4, Quest 6 with only a 3-star Loki in your team roster. That one's way tougher depending on Loki skill, particularly if you have Suicide Masteries, than the second one. So I think Mystic Dispersed, Astral Anger, and Volume 1, 92 to 97, by far the easiest of the new Carina's challenges, and I would focus on those, and that's what I'm going to focus on personally, with limited resources and time. But to those of you that will, no matter what, how much it takes, complete everything, all 9 Volume 1 objectives, and get your special Loki profile pick, Godspeed to you. Much respect for you, but I'm never going to do it. Oh, what do you think? How much are these worth it to you? Are you going to do any of them? All of them? Some of them? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.